What's good, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to get into was actually the Quiet documentary that came out, right, with the Nickelodeon cast, right, and the stuff that they had to go through and, unfortunately, suffered, right? And I was seeing, several people out there, saying, certain things, right, like saying, that they're lying, they're making this up, that if this was true, how come they didn't say nothing, that they should have said something, that why don't people say something, why don't people, come out when it happens, why do they wait, and yada, yada, yada. People don't understand how trauma works, right? Because, a lot of people out there, have never been through trauma, right? So it's so easy to criticize something that they never gone through, right? So it takes a toll on your mental, right? And it takes a toll on you as a person, right? You feel a certain type of way, especially when you're young. You know what I mean? I could imagine that everything must be terrifying, and just the whole, situation itself, could be very, overwhelming. Now, one of the things that people don't understand is, like, if you say something to somebody of that caliber, right? Somebody with a lot of money and fame, somebody that's well known. Now, if you go to the police, right, that doesn't mean that this individual is not going to get arrested for this, right? Like, you have to prove that what you're saying is true, right? So you guys are going to go to court. Now, these individuals, even though they're on TV shows and, whatever, they really don't have the money that these people have, right? So their money is very limited. Even though they're on TV and making money, they're not making as much money as people think that they are, right? So their money can't reach these individuals' money, right? The ones that are actually producing the show, right? Now, somebody with money, because taking somebody to court, right, with accusations is going to cost you money, right? It's going to cost you getting a lawyer and just the whole, court in itself, right? And proving that this man is guilty, right? Because if you lose, right, these individuals can now sue you for defamation of character, and now you're going to be screwed, right? So their money outstacks your money, right? If you can't prove that this is facts, right? So, that in itself is already intimidating, right? Getting a lawyer to actually want to go up against these individuals, right? Because, I'm pretty sure the case in itself will probably intimidate some lawyers out there, right? Who, probably won't want to take the case, right? So finding a lawyer in itself, right, to fight your battle and making sure you win, right? That in itself is going to be a hassle, right? And then, like I said, these people could extend the course. They could, just because, you accuse somebody of something doesn't mean that, it's something that could be, done with like that. These individuals could stretch it for years and years. And the more it's stretched, the more expensive it's going to get, right? So it's going to cost you a lot of money to make this shit happen, right? And that's what intimidates these people, right? They don't have that kind of money. They don't have the, these motherfuckers are protected by their wallets. And they know that, right? Their legal team explains all of this shit to them. They're aware of what, the ins and outs. So the a part of you don't have the financial means to go about this process, right? The fact that he's somebody and you're not, right? So more people are going to believe this individual just because of his status. Because that's how the world is, right? Now, when people say out of nowhere, now all these people start coming out of nowhere, right? Money hungry. That's not what it is, right? If I come and tell you a story, Red, that I seen an alien, right? I have a story for you. Just listen up. I encountered an alien. You're not going to listen to me. You're going to think this was crazy. This was cuckoo. I'm dipping. Now, if I come at you with 30 people and we're all telling you that we seen an alien, you're more likely going to give me a chance. You're more likely going to hear me out now than if I would have came at you by myself. If I would have came by you by myself, you're going to be like, this was crazy, this was on drugs, this was on something. But if now a group of individuals now comes with me now, and we're all going to say what we saw, you're more likely going to listen to me now. You're going to give me a chance. You're going to hear me out. And that's why this happens, right? When people now start seeing that, people are coming out, it gives them the courage to now being like, okay, now people will believe me. You know what I mean? Because if I would have came solo, everybody would have took the side of these individuals. Celebrities are aware of that. They're aware of the fan base they get. They get, messages, letters from adoring fans telling them how much they love them, how much they'll ride and die for them, how much they're obsessed with them. These individuals are aware of their status and their importance to society. They use that to take advantage of people. No one's going to believe you. Everyone's going to believe me. You'll just be laughed at. You'll be humiliated. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of these people don't come forward. And like I said, also now trying to match their money to proving that these guys were guilty. Because it's not free. It's not free. And there is repercussions. This is not like a movie or a TV show where they lose in court and the judge hits a hammer and that's it. Everybody goes about their way and it's all peaches and cream. Nah. Now it's time to pay up. And you ain't got that kind of money. You know what I mean? And your lawyers are not going to do this shit for free either. You know what I mean? Especially taking on people like that, right? Their reputation's at stake, right? Because if they fumble it and go whatever, nobody's not going to go to their business. It's going to be like, oh, don't go to that lawyer. That fool sucks. He was humiliated in this court, whatever. Reputations are on the line. So getting someone to take your, like I said, bro, this shit, it's not like how movies paint it out to be, right? But so people that are not put in that predicament, it's so easy for them to critique and criticize and say, why don't people do this and that? When this is not a movie. This is the real world we live in. And in the real world, money protects a lot of these individuals. So does status. I know it shouldn't be that way. It's fucked up, but that's the way it is, though. So next time you want to believe these individuals and hold their word as gold, or that they're not the ones lying, or they haven't done shit like this. Everybody's human, bro. You know what I mean? You don't know what this individual's capable of. You don't even know who he is just because you watch his TV shows, and music does not mean nothing. Like that, he's only going to tell you and show you what he wants to show you. You don't get to see the real individual. But overall, that's just my breakdown and opinion on the matters, right? And when individuals come with, such an ignorant way of seeing things, right? Or, their opinions that they give no thought to, right? But I'm just saying, leave your opinions in the comments of Shadow. We out.